put them between the cinder blocks because snow was coming in. And in the summer, we had to have fans because it was going to get very moldy in there. But in the meantime, we started looking for something larger that we could move to. Ford and Trudy did not charge us any rent or anything, so we were rent-free there. And then they retired and sold it to some other people, and they started charging us $300 a month rent, which at that time was really not that bad at all. But we continued to look for something else, and then in the meantime, my husband retired. And after 6 months of having him home, trying to reorganize my kitchen and alphabetize my spices and herbs, I told him he had to find something else to do. So we took on the food pantry. And Bill had been, his job was dealing with a lot of the grocery stores in the area. He sold refrigerated equipment to them. And at that time, Kohl's department stores also had grocery stores. So Bill knew Mr. Cole, and he told him to go to their storage unit, and if you need any shelving or lights or anything, just go and choose whatever you need. So Bill did that, and you know, women had been running the food pantry up to that time, but it wasn't right. It wasn't done right. Women did not know how a grocery store or a food pantry should be laid out. So anyhow, that worked out really fine. And we were still looking for some place to go. And then Bill got a phone call from Bob Brugger, who was on St. Vincent de Paul's staff. And he called and he said that they had purchased the old Piggly Wiggly grocery store, and they would love to have the food pantry come and be part of it. So we asked Bill how much space they would need, and Bill tripled what we had at that point. And Bob told him, no problem, you can definitely have it. And Bill said, well, you know, we pay rent right now, $300, and we really don't want to have to pay anything more than that. And Bob Brugger said, you won't have to pay anything. It's rent-free, and they pay all of our utility bills too. Well, we started out with refrigerators and freezers for people who were getting new ones, and they donated the old ones to us. So we had it there. We didn't have any desks or anything. So our own Jill Riemann called and said she had some metal desks that had been donated to the rummage sale. So of course we took the desk, we lined them all up, and that became what we had in there. So Jill really helped us out. Then we had to build a wall separating us from them. We had to put in 2 double doors in the front and double doors in the back for an exit also. So the community volunteered money. We were able to pay for those things we needed. Then a group of men from the Kiwanis Club came and they painted everything for us. And an art student at the high school came over and painted a mural on our wall for us. So the community was really involved at that time. Then we had an open house so the community could see what we were doing there. And one of our visitors was somebody that you might know, Dan Ewald. And as he was leaving, Dan made the comment, if there's anything you need, let me know. Well, you don't say that and not mean it. So what we needed was a copy machine, and we didn't have anything like that. So the next week we got our copy machine, and that materialized right there. And this is how the pantry just kept growing from people willing to do that. And it turned out that Bill got another phone call one Sunday night from a man who was putting in a new office in, I think it was in Franklin, but I could have that wrong. And he had this great big long desk unit, and they were going to throw it away. Could the food pantry use that? So of course he measured it. Bill went down to the pantry, measured how much space we had, and we ended up with this great big unit that's just lovely. And Jill Riemann got her metal desk back again to sell at the next rummage sale. But in the meantime, that was wonderful for us. And then, as the pantry grew and the need for other things the community reached out right away to help us, and they do it all the time now also. But I just wanted to warn Christy that when I talked to Pastor Dave last week, and we talked about needing vegetables from your garden, that the people there really enjoy vegetables. If you need anything out of your garden, take it now, because I have a feeling it's going to come to the food pantry. But that's one thing that our clients really do enjoy. They don't have the money to go out and buy fresh vegetables and all. So all you have to do is mention something to someone, and it just shows up all of a sudden. But I think it's really important for our congregation to know how the food pantry evolved. It was our congregation that started it in the first place. So back in 1981, when we opened, we were the ones that started the whole thing. And we're continuing to this day. Our own Amy Hayes is president of the board at the food pantry, and we have many volunteers from here who go over there and volunteer also. So I just wanted you to know that how much this church has done for the community by opening that, and it's a great need. Thank you.
From things I've read, the need from hunger is very great. 1 out of every 5 children goes to bed hungry at night. Many of us who are able to eat every day don't realize the extent of hunger that's among other families and other children. So this is really an important ministry that we do for our own people of our own town. And we want to thank you and Bill and so many others who have made this ministry possible outside of all the way from just a thought or a dream. So it's wonderful and that to see God at work. So thank you, Lois, for sharing that with us.
Very welcome.